Above all, Tommy Lee Jones truly hated her more than anyone. Tommy Lee Jones was born on September 15, 1946, in the small town of San Saba, Texas. Jones grew up in rural Texas, where his dad worked in the oil fields and his mother was a police officer, school teacher, and beauty shop owner. Having grown up surrounded by the vastness of Texas, he gained a sense of place that stayed right at the core of his identity throughout his life. His early life was marked by diligence and discipline, qualities that later defined his acting style. After receiving a scholarship to Harvard University, Jones studied majoring in English literature, a course which reflected his love for words and intellectual curiosity. While at Harvard, he was roommates with future Vice President Al Gore, and he also excelled in football, playing as an offensive guard for the Harvard Crimson. These academic achievements, together with his feats in sports, demonstrated the same drive that would lead him to success in Hollywood. Following graduation in 1969, Jones moved to New York City to pursue acting, determined to make his mark in a notoriously difficult industry. His first professional role came that same year in the Broadway play A Patriot for Me. It was the beginning of a steady climb that would see him develop from a stage actor into one of film's most commanding screen presences. Early work included appearances on television in One Life, To Live, and in films such as Love Story 1970, where he played a small role. Although success did not come overnight, Jones's intensity and discipline quickly drew attention. He was never one to chase fame. His focus remained on the art of performance itself. During the 1980s and 1990s came the peak of Jones's rise to international prominence. The unforgettable performances in Coal Miner's Daughter 1980 as the husband of Loretta Lynn, Diddle Mooney Lynn, and in The Executioner's Song 1982 as the convicted killer Gary Gilmore showed his range. Yet it was his Oscar-winning performance as U.S. Marshal Samuel Gerard in The Fugitive 1993 that sealed his legacy into cinematic history. His performance was authoritative, intelligent, and unpredictably humorous, a blend that cemented his signature. He reprised the character in U.S. Marshals 1998 and continued to give powerful performances in films like Men in Black 1997, No Country for Old Men 2007, and Lincoln 2012, each of which reflected his deep understanding of human complexity. In addition to his acting career, Jones is also a highly regarded filmmaker. He directed and starred in The Three Burials of Melk Estrada, 2005, a haunting modern Western that received critical acclaim for its poetic storytelling and moral depth. The film reflected Jones's love of the American Southwest and his sensitivity to issues of justice, loyalty, and redemption. His other directorial works, such as The Homesman, 2014, further confirmed his talent behind the camera and his commitment to the frontier spirit that defined both his career and his personal life. Despite his fame, Tommy Lee Jones has always retained his reputation for privacy and humility. Appreciated for his dry wit and no-nonsense attitude, Jones prefers to lead a quiet life away from Hollywood's flashiness. He has several ranches in Texas and continues to live close to the land, emulating that same stoic independence that defined many of his screen roles. Those who have worked with him often call him intelligent, demanding, and deeply respectful of his craft. He values truth and authenticity, whether in his performance or in everyday life. Tommy Lee Jones is one of Hollywood's most respected and enduring actors, and has conducted a life not only carved by his remarkable career, but also his relationships, saying much about a complex personality and an evolving journey. Through love and companionship, his 3 marriages to Catherine Lardner, Kimberly Claughley, and later to Dawn Laurel, each represent different chapters of his life, both personally and professionally, and go to illustrate the manner in which his pursuit of stability, privacy, and meaning has intertwined with his life in the spotlight. Jones's first marriage was to Catherine Lardner, whom he married in 1971. Catherine came from a famous literary and film family. She is the granddaughter of the famed writer and humorist Ring Lardner and the daughter of Ring Lardner Jr., a successful screenwriter who memorably won an Academy Award for his work on MASSH 1970. but also endured the Hollywood blacklist era. The union between Jones and Lardner connected him to a lineage steeped in Hollywood and literary history. At the time of their marriage, Jones was still an emerging actor, carving out a path for himself both on stage and screen after his graduation from Harvard. Their marriage coincided with his early career struggles and aspirations as he appeared in television series like One Life to Live and began securing small roles in films. Though the couple shared a deep intellectual bond and mutual respect for the arts, the entertainment industry demands, coupled with Jones's growing professional commitments and long absences on set reportedly took their toll. After 7 years of marriage, the couple divorced in 1978, marking the end of Jones's first major romantic chapter. Despite their separation, the marriage to Katherine Lardner gave Jones a closer view of Hollywood's creative circles and strengthened his understanding of the sacrifices and pressures that accompany a life under the public eye. In 1981, Jones married Kimberly Claflin, a union that reflected a more earthy and domesticated side of the actor. Kimberly was the daughter of Phil Hardberger, who would later become the mayor of San Antonio, Texas, a connection that would tie Jones even more deeply to the Lone Star State, a place that would become central to his identity. The couple remained married for 15 years, during which he rose to major stardom. During this period, he acted in career-defining performances in Coal Miner's Daughter, 1980, The Fugitive, 1993, and JFK, 1991, consolidating his reputation as one of Hollywood's most versatile and intense performers. Kimberly and Tommy Lee Jones had Austin and Victoria. He loved his family, as all close to him knew, as he often spoke with fond memories of the ranch life in Texas. Away from the chaos of Hollywood, he enjoyed a quiet, more authentic existence with his wife and children. But as his fame grew and his film schedule became increasingly busy, flaws started to emerge in the marriage. The pressure of having a family while undertaking international fame was difficult, as they later divorced in 1996. Even though they separated, Jones remained attached to his children, cherishing his father role as one of the most valued things in life. Finally, Jones married Dawn Laurel in 2001 and still enjoys married happiness. This photographer met Jones on the set of one of his films. Their shared appreciation for art, storytelling, and beauty and simplicity formed the bedrock of their relationships. This relationship with Dawn was remarkably different from his earlier marriages, as it proved to be quite private and peaceful. The two have been found roaming on Jones's large cattle ranch in Texas County, San Saba, several times. Their beautiful property is a reflection of his utter love for the land and the cowboy way of life. By coming together, they have managed to build a life in the absence of the glare of Hollywood. Based on mutual respect and a shared commitment to nature and creativity, Dawn sometimes has collaborated professionally with Jones, adding her photography to some of his projects, while their quiet yet enduring partnership serves as evidence of the actor's maturity and search for inner peace in the later years he spent in the public eye. In these three very different marriages, Tommy Lee Jones has experienced love's various guises. From youthful ambition and intellectual companionship with Katherine Lardner through family-centered devotion and domestic life with Kimberly Claflin, and finally to a calm, enduring partnership with Dawn Laurel. Each relationship marked a distinct emotional and personal era in Jones's life, paralleling his evolution from a rising actor to a celebrated legend of American cinema. Tommy Lee Jones truly hated her more than anyone. That was the phrase whispered across the set of Back Roads, 1981, the moody road drama that paired Jones with the acclaimed actress Sally Field. On paper, the collaboration seemed promising. A gritty Southern story starring two Oscar